So welcome this morning. I'm just going to run through who we are. So hello, for those of you who haven't met me before, my name is Rebecca Howells. My very fancy title is Director of the Early Years. That means I get the lovely job of looking after our nursery, our FS1, our FS2, and then I oversee the transition as the children move into year one. The other lovely faces that you can see on the screen are my wonderful team. We have a new head of phase for foundation stage joining us for the new academic year. Holly is joining us from another school in Dubai, and her email address, which will go live for the new academic year, is on the screen. And then joining me today to help me with today's presentation, we've got Benita Calvert, who is my wonderful head of FS2. And we've got Firdaus Hussain, who is my wonderful and extremely experienced head of FS1. We are all here to help at any time, so you can come and see us if you ever have any questions or queries. So what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about timings, what they will look like for the transition period, which is the 26th of August to the 6th of September, and then what they will look like moving forward for the rest of the academic year. We'll also just give our expectations for attendance and punctuality. We'll talk about uniform, the food that the children will need in school, what the school bus arrangements look like, how you'll be able to communicate with the whole of the FS team. We'll share some really useful email addresses with you, and then we'll talk you through the next steps leading up to that first day. As I have said, please do add any questions that you have on the chat, and we'll do our best to answer those.
Hello everyone, I'm Miss Hussain. Today I'll quickly talk about the first 2 weeks that your child will experience in the FS1 classroom. I'll just turn it a little bit. So the first 2 weeks will begin from the 26th of August to the 6th of September. Your child will be in school for a staggered start. So we'll have a group 1 timing and group 2 timings. These will be shared with you tomorrow. You'll receive an email indicating your child's class allocation, timings for these, and which group they'll be attending for the staggered start. So as you can see on the screen, the FS1 children will come to school from 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Monday to Thursday. Group 2 will come to school at 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, and there's just a little bit of difference on timings there on the Friday. They will come to school 10 till 12. This will also align with the bus timings, arrivals and departures. So group 1 and 2, as you can see there, they'll come to school at 7:30 or 11:30, and group 1 and 2 departure times will be, slide this over, at 9:30 or 1:30, or Friday at 12 o'clock. Please note that there are going to be no specialists during this time. During the staggered start, these will start once the children start full-time. Okay?
Hi everyone, and for FS2, our children will begin their full routine from the very first day of term 1. So school will begin at 7:15 and all children will need to be collected by 1:30 p.m. Please note that during this time there is no extended care. So for the first 2 weeks there is no extended care and all children need to be collected by 1:30 p.m. On a Friday, we open our doors at 11:30 a.m. So all children must be collected by 12 o'clock. This is due to the traffic around the school.
So I'm just going to run through what that first day will look like when you arrive with us. For any child that is joining FS1, even if you have been in the nursery this year, the first day will be the 26th of August. If your child is moving from FS1 to FS2, their class as a returning student. So their first day will be Tuesday, the 27th of August. If your child is joining FS2, but they have not been to FS1 with us, you are classed as a new student, so those children can join us on the 26th. Hope that makes sense. So on that first day, parents can drop children to the classroom door. You are absolutely welcome to stay and help settle your child as needed. Some parents will know that they can just drop their child at the door and then go. But if you think your child needs you to come inside the classroom and help with that settling in, that's absolutely fine. We will just need you to leave at some point so that the children get used to you going and you coming back. We ask that the children come in full school uniform. It just means that they feel ready for school. If you're coming for a time in FS1, then your child will just need one small snack. They'll just have a snack time during those 2 hours. But please, please, please bring sets of spare clothes because that might be needed during those sessions. If your child is joining FS2, they will need snack and lunch. You'll get a bit more detail about what that needs to look like in a few slides' time. If your child is coming in as a new student or a student moving from nursery to FS1, please make sure you give in your toileting policy, your All About Me booklet, and your DHA medical forms. That's the admin that we need to get ticked off in that first week. And those first few days, I do ask that you are absolutely on time to collect. The children can start to feel a little bit upset if they see other grown-ups start to arrive and you're not there. And if you aren't going to be back, perhaps until the start of September, so you need to delay your start slightly, please let me know, because we just need to adjust our registers to know when we're expecting you. So if you know you won't be back on the 26th or the 27th, please do just drop me an email to inform me.
Okay, now we'll talk a little bit about extended care and what this means and what it looks like in the FS department. These timings for extended care will begin from week 3. So after the staggered start period in FS1 and after the first 2 weeks of school in FS2, the children can sign up for extended care. Extended care means additional hours in school. So if your child has siblings, let's say in this school, or you're not able to collect your child due to work reasons or whatever it may be, you can sign up for your child to attend extended care. We offer some additional activities with members of staff who hold these activities, so the children can do this in small groups. It is at an additional cost of 250 dirhams per week, and these are charged termly. It is a first come, first serve basis because we do end up having quite a long list of children who do sign up for these. So please, if you are interested, there's going to be an email shared to you on the 21st of June from your child's class teacher. You can click on the link for extended care and sign up for this as soon as possible, should you be interested. As you can see there, the school day from week 3 will begin from 7:15 for children in FS1 and 2. Doors, as Ms. Howes has mentioned, will close from 7:45, so it's really important that you're there on time, and end of day will be 1:30. So from 1:40, extended care will begin until 2:40. Okay, anything else?
Just to make sure that all children are collected by 3 p.m. As Mr. Sain said, the doors do open at 2:40. And if you have any children who are in other areas of the school, please make sure you come and collect your foundation stage children first, please.
Okay, next we have an example. This is just an example of what an FS1 timetable will look like. Again, you'll receive your child's timetables later on from your class teacher. But as you can see, the school day starts at 7:45. We have a range of activities throughout the week, Monday to Friday. We've got learning through play sessions, which we call them explore time. We've got specialist lessons. You can see them there indicated in green. So your child will have a music specialist lesson, PE and Arabic, so 4 sessions in the week. And the school day will finish at 1:30. Again, we also have other additional enhancement sessions, such as wet dance and do disco and grow well, that your child will participate in FS1.
And again, another example here, this one's for an FS2 class. You'll see that we do have a few additional specialist lessons in FS2. We have swimming and Arabic A. And just to reiterate again, our lessons do begin at 7:45. So please do make sure that your children are on time. Otherwise, they do miss the first start of their phonics lesson. So it's really important that they're there promptly. Okay, extracurricular activities. So we have a range of extracurricular activities that are available to FS2 children. So we have some external agencies. They run extracurricular activities from Monday to Friday. They will email you directly about these, so you can communicate with them whether you want your child to do maybe some gymnastics, or we have taekwondo, lots of different activities, but they will contact you directly to let you know which activities will be available next year. We then have some internal activities that run from Tuesday to Thursday, and these are led by our teachers. These begin on week 4, so they don't start at the beginning of the year. We give the children time to settle into their routine first, and these will begin on week 4. They don't run all year. They break off during Ramadan and times like that throughout the year. So please be aware when planning childcare that these are just during term time. More information will come out about these at the beginning of term 1.
So just a couple of things to note in terms of attendance and punctuality. If you know that your child is not going to come to school, we ask that you let us know by 7:30. You can email the email address on the screen, which is our absence team. It's also really helpful if you CC in the class teacher. It just means that you then won't get a message asking where your child is. Pick up and drop off, we ask that parents are on time for this. If you arrive to school after 7:45, your child will be marked as late on the register. Our registers close at 7:45. So any arrivals after that time will be marked as late. I usually close the doors at 7:45. If you arrive after that time, you'll be directed to the primary reception, where you'll wait for a member of the team who will come and collect your child and take them to class. You will not be able to go with your child to class once those doors have closed. However, sometimes there may be a couple of minutes when I don't get to close the doors and they don't close till 7:47. If you get to drop your child to the class, but it's after 7:45, your child will still be marked as late because they have arrived after the registers have closed. If you need to collect early, if you've got an appointment, we ask that you request for an early leave form. You can get that from the reception team, and then you put that in to have that early leave approved. It just means that we can have your child ready and waiting for you at the time that you want to collect them, and we haven't got to keep you waiting whilst we try and locate them within school. For extended care, this isn't an optional pickup time. Extended care means that you are agreeing for your child to remain in school from 1:30 until the doors reopen at 2:40. Then the pickup time is between 2:40 and 3 o'clock. We do have secondary students that do not finish school until 3:10. We ask that the children in FS are collected by 3, and then you move to collect your secondary student. If your child is going to be absent from school for more than 2 days due to illness, we do ask for a medical note, and that can be submitted to the clinic using the email address on the screen. Again, you can CC the class teacher into this. Attendance and punctuality are monitored really closely by the FS team, and we will have conversations with you about your child's attendance and punctuality. We have to report this to the KHDA, so we wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't have really open and honest communication with you about that.
Okay, now we'll have a little talk about uniform. As you know, WEC Academy is a premium school, so we expect all our children, all the pupils here to be dressed in their full uniform every single day. And this includes the WEC Wellington bag. It's really important that the school bag is a Wellington one and not a Spider-Man one, a Barbie one, or one with wheels, as this is a health and safety concern, we do not accept those bags in school. You can buy all the uniform on Threads. There are 2 stores in Dubai you can visit physically, or you can shop online for the following uniform that you see on the screen. Also, just quickly to mention that we do expect FS1 and FS2 children to have spare clothes kept at school in their cubbies. This does not need to be uniform, but we do expect these to be really plain clothes. So it could be black, they could be blue, but with no logos. Again, Spider-Man and Barbie, etc., will not be accepted, or princess dresses. Please do ensure that these are just simple, practical clothing that they can have in school, and lots of underwear for the FS1 children especially. Just a moment. And again, same with the sun hats. We expect children to have Wellington hats at school, not ones with different characters on. This is just to keep your child safe. As you know, we live in Dubai, it's very, very hot. You can keep these in cubbies at school so that the children have access to them as and when they need them. Okay. Just a little bit about water bottles. As you can see there, those first 3 are great examples of what we expect your children to bring to school. These are non-spill water bottles, they're sippy cupped, you know, easy access for the children to open and close themselves, easy for us to refill for them. The one on the right-hand side, as you can see, is a screw top bottle. They are heavy, they are metal, they spill easily, the children can't open and close themselves. They're just something that's not very practical for children to have at this age at school. Okay.
Okay, and here we have our PE kit. So similar to uniform, we expect all children to wear their PE kit on their PE day. So when you receive your timetable, you will see which day your child has PE, and then they can come to school wearing their PE kit on that day. Your child will already or will be given a house colour. If they already have a house colour, this colour will stay the same for next year. If you don't have a house just yet, you will receive your house allocation via email as well. Please make sure that your child doesn't have laces unless they can tie them all by themselves. And please make sure that your child has white training shoes for PE days, but these can only be worn on PE days. When it is a normal school day, we need all children to be wearing black school shoes, please. This is really important. And for swimming, FS2 children have swimming every week. They will be required to bring their swimming bag with their Wellington swimming kit inside it. Swimming is a compulsory part of our curriculum. We do need a medical note if the children cannot swim. I know some parents get a little bit worried about it being cold or them getting unwell, but please be reassured that it's so good for the children's immune system for them to be swimming every single week. We take very good care of them. We make sure they're wrapped up nice and warm with their towels as soon as they come out of their pool. So please, please, please bring their swimming bag, even if they're not sure. Okay, and for FS1, they do swimming in term 3. They do not need a Wellington swimming kit for those sessions.
So just a little bit about houses. If your child is moving from FS1 into FS2, you will know which house they are in, and that will continue for their school journey. If your child is moving from nursery into FS1, or you are joining us as a new student, you will find out the house that your child is in. Pearl is white, Ruby is red, Onyx is black, and Emerald is green. And that information will be on your child's class allocation email, which will be sent to you tomorrow. The only real implication for children in FS is that their PE kit should match their house colour. For the Wellington school bag and for the Wellington cap, you can buy the matching colour for your child's house, but I'm also fine if they want to pick the colour for those.
Okay, snack and lunch times. The FS children eat in our lovely dining hall, where they get to spend time with their friends and have snack and lunch in there. Snack time is only 20 minutes. Obviously, at the start of the year, we're a little bit more flexible, but it'd be really good over the summer break to get your children to be really independent with, you know, feeding themselves, drinking, eating a bit more faster. That will be really helpful. So they have a 20-minute snack break. This can include fruits, vegetables, yogurts, and things like that, where it's just quick and easy to keep them going until lunchtime. Their lunchtime will be 30 minutes long, and this needs to be a substantial meal. So again, you can pack for them sandwiches, rice, pasta, things that will keep them nice and full until they come home for dinner. Alternatively, you can order through our lovely company called Slices, where you can order packed lunches for your children. This is hot meals, which is really lovely. Most children do really enjoy these. So as an alternative, you could order that. Please also note that we are a no nut and no pork school. This is across the school, so please keep that in mind, as well as seafood, as we may have some allergies, but we'll keep you posted about this, as it may not be allowed. Just quickly, some great examples again, just like the water bottles, of lunch boxes. So we require children to have lunch boxes that they can hold and carry. Like I said, they'll be moving in and out to the dining area to eat their snack and lunches. So it will be really good for them to have lunch boxes they can access easily to eat their snack and lunch, instead of having lots of mini little boxes and they can't figure out what's what or open and access them. Please also note that if you would like your child to have snack at snack time and lunch things at lunchtime, you might want to separate those and make it really clear for the class teacher.
Okay, so in FS1 and in FS2, we spend a lot of time talking about how we can keep our bodies nice and healthy. And healthy eating is something that we really promote at Wellington Academy. So we discourage parents to send food items like nuggets, fries, pizza, cookies, cakes, fast food, flavored milk, things with lots of sugar. Please avoid those types of foods, as we will be teaching the children the difference between healthy and unhealthy. So it's a really good place to start at home. We do have an incentive called Treat Tuesday, where the students can bring one of their favourite treats to school and eat it with their friends every Tuesday. And then the other days, we ask that we keep to fruits and really healthy foods to support us with this. If there are foods coming into school that are regularly unhealthy, then your class teacher will reach out to you to have a conversation to see how we can support you further with this aspect. And leading on from that, birthdays. There'll be lots of exciting celebrations happening throughout the year. If you do wish to send in a small favour for the children in your child's class, we ask that you send just one small favour per child for every child in the class. If you decide that you want this favour to be something edible, please make sure that it is healthy. Recently, we've had lots and lots of cakes coming in, and we have birthdays that happen on the same day. And this is just not possible for a healthy eating school. So please be mindful of the treats that you're buying and keep them as healthy as possible to support us with this. Thank you.
So if you need to use the school bus to get your child to and or from school, the email address that you can see at the bottom of the screen is the person that you need to contact to organise this. The buses will get your child to school for sort of the start of the day, 7:15, 7:30-ish. And then if your child's going to finish at 1:30, so they won't attend extended care, the bus service will get them home at 1:30. That is a really quiet service because it's just for children in nursery and FS. So some of the buses only have 4 or 5 students on at that time. If your child is signed up for extended care, they can take the 3 o'clock bus home. Usually ends up leaving school around 3:20 by the time we've got the secondary students on as well. That is a full bus service with children from nursery right up to year 13. So routes can be a little bit longer at that time. If you are going to be new to using the bus, I really encourage you to get in touch with Samuel before the summer break, because the bus service is starting to plan the routes now, and it's really good if your child's route is taken into consideration. So if you know that's something that you would need, get an email across to Samuel now. If you are signed up for the bus and there's a particular day when you want to collect your child from school so they won't be using the bus, you need to let us know by 11 a.m. We aren't checking emails at all points throughout the day because we're busy with your little ones. But if you email the bus company, the reception team, CC in the class teacher, and I would also CC in the head of phase. Somebody will pick that up and get that information to the class teacher. Just had a really good question on the chat that says, do they offer car seats for the children? And the answer is yes. There is a small fee linked to that, but it means your child has the same booster seat for the entire year, and it's put in the same place on the bus for them to use for the entire academic year. And again, Samuel can give you the costs for those.
Okay, just to add on what Mrs. Howes just said about parent communication, this is something that we take, very seriously, how often we meet with our parents and create that lovely community at WEC Academy. So every day at drop-off or pick-up time, you will have a chance to talk to the class teacher in foundation stage. Every day, should you wish to email the class teacher or whenever it may be, please do allow 24 hours for us to respond to you. As Mrs. Hauser said, we're very busy with your little ones and we'll try our best to get back to you as soon as possible. You can also request a phone call. So you can make a call or email to arrange a phone call back from the teacher. But again, please do allow 24 hours for a call back. We also offer Seesaw, which is a lovely tool that we use here to share learning with you parents from your children in school, what their day looks like, what learning they're doing. So we use Seesaw as a communication tool as well. However, this is not for messaging. This is just to show you what your child is up to at school. So please, we encourage parents to like posts. One a week would be great. So if you could like a post on there, but we don't use it as a messaging tool. If you are joining us from the nursery, this may have been used as a messaging tool there, but it looks a bit different in FS1. We just use it to post learning to parents, and you can comment back for your child or like posts, but we won't be holding conversations back and forth on there. We encourage you to email us instead. We also send home every week a newsletter and a learning summary, again, to share a little bit about what we've been learning at school that week. You will have reports. These are shared termly, as well as a meeting that we'll have between the first 3 weeks of your child starting school, just to catch up on how they're settling in. Again, you don't have to wait until these meetings are scheduled in. You can request to meet with the teacher way before that. I think that's everything on that one. Okay.
We do have an Instagram page as well, so please follow us on Instagram. It is @gems_WEC, and you can see all the exciting things that is happening across the school.
So I've just popped up on the screen here some useful contacts for you, and I'll just go through what you might need those contact details for. So the reception team, any changes to daily pickup, and that's where you can request any early pickup or leave forms from. School transport, so your buses, Samuel Fernandez's email is on there. Attendance, so to report an absence for your child, the absence team email is on the screen. And then the finance team, that's anything to do in terms of fees. The medical clinic, that's on there if you want to share medical certificates linked to an absence. The registration team, that's anything to do with your child's place. They oversee the admissions. The PRE, that is the parents' link. So that can be somebody that you can go to raise any questions or queries or, of course, complaints. However, within FS, you've also got myself and Holly, head of phase, and you can come and speak directly to us. And then the government relations executive, that's anything to do with KHDA and forms from them. So I'm just also going to give you sort of any more upcoming dates and explain sort of what the next steps are before that first day on the 26th or the 27th. If your child is in our FS1 and they are moving to FS2 next year, we will have step-up day for those children on the 20th of June. That's all arranged within school timing, so you don't have to do anything different, but just know that they'll come home on the 20th having had a fabulous time with their new teacher. If your child is in the nursery and they're moving to FS1, the FS1 teachers will go and visit them in the nursery, and they'll do lots of visits between now and the end of term. They won't just do one visit like we do for the other year groups. Then if your child is joining FS1 or they are joining FS2 and have never been to FS1, their first day is Monday, the 26th of August. If your child is in FS1 now and they're coming into FS2, their first day is the 27th of August. Please look out tomorrow for your class allocation email. That will have the name of your child's class teacher, the teacher bio. It will have their house on there, and it will also give you, if you're joining FS1, the group that they'll attend for those staggered starts. Please, please, please get in touch if you haven't had that email by the end of the predicted Eid break. So when we come back to school next week, if you've not had that, please get in touch and I will chase that for you. So I'm just going to leave our contact details up on the screen. So if you do need to scribble those down, you can. I've just seen one question that's popped up on the chat that says, how do we get login details for GEMS Connect and Seesaw? They will all be shared with you before the start of the new academic year. GEMS Connect will come from the admin team. We use an app now called LearnOS. It's just overtaken from GEMS Connect. That will come from the admin team. And then Seesaw will be given to you as a QR code from your child's class teacher on the first day. So all that will be coming. You don't have to worry that you've missed that yet. That's it from us. I will just hang around for a couple more minutes if anybody wants to pop any more questions onto the chat. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We are really, really, really looking forward to the new academic year. You've got our contact details if you need to get in touch before that. And we wish you a lovely rest of the day. Thank you for joining us today.
Bye. Take care.